everybody. Welcome to the Stream.TV Big Brother 17 post-wrap-up show. I'm your host, Alan Carrillo, and I'm joined by Big Brother 8, Jen Johnson. Hey, how we doing?
Good.
I was waiting for like studio applause.
There we go.
And we have super fan Kevin Zelman here today, who
up?
was missing last week. And we are missing Ashley Iocco. So Ashley, wherever you're at, we love you and we miss you. So guys, we are on every Friday at 11 a.m. So make sure you subscribe and check out all the other shows on the Stream.TV, and make sure you share with your friends because we're kind of a big deal. So anyways, people, crazy. So what is it, like 20? How many days we were trying to figure out before the show?
I want to say like 25 to 30-ish.
So it's like a month.
Yeah.
Like it's so crazy. The third person is gone, and like they still were there a month. Is there another show where that like really happens?
My season was like that as well.
Right. No, I mean
because it's like the first time is like they have the HOH for like almost 2 weeks. It's like 10 days sometimes.
Right. And you're in the house also before the feed starts, so there's like a lead-in that goes into it. But like most shows that you're on where you're eliminated third, you're only on the show for like a short while.
Oh
Maybe
yeah.
4 or 5 days.
Unless it's like, you know, The Biggest Loser or something.
Yeah.
But like, it takes time to lose all that weight. But that's another story. So anyways, HOH, we have Austin and Vanessa. And Liz basically steals the show on Sunday's episode and comes out of the closet as a twin.
I know. I love her.
I'm kind of obsessed with her.
I am. Them.
I'm surprised they've actually lasted as long as they have. Just because they're not the best gamers, but they're so endearing. And when the two of them are like swapping, it's like, it's one of the best things on the show. It's so funny.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it would have worked out if it was another set of twins, but the two of them and their personalities and how they're not even paying attention. And like, she's literally asking like really dumb questions.
Yeah, like did you do my laundry?
Yeah, is my laundry done? Like, what? They have like 15 minutes.
Yeah, like talk to Vanessa.
You need to like really be on it. And she was just like, hey, they are on to you.
Yeah.
You need to stop eating. Like,
yeah, like hide your crown.
I give those girls so much props because if it were me in the house, I would want to tell them so badly that I was a twin, or like one like person, like my best friend, just like to get it off my chest, like to one person.
Yeah.
But they waited a while. I was proud of them.
they're just so chill too. I mean, maybe it's just the Miami or whatever, but they're just like, I don't know, they kind of just are under the radar and don't care. Like, I don't even know. We also were talking about, like, obviously the other twin swaps out and goes somewhere.
Yeah, where do they go?
Yeah.
I want to know, people.
What
Big
hotel
Brother,
are they at? We want to go knock on the door and find Liz and Julia and be their friends.
Have like a little shack built outside the
I
sound
swear, I
stage
bet
right
you
there.
they live on the. I think they live on the set.
I'll tell you this, that when I went and did the pre-interviews, Liz was the only one where they blindfolded her
I saw
the
that. I
entire
watched the
time.
interview.
They blindfolded her everywhere she went.
Really?
Which I still confused why they would just, because they don't let anyone see anyone, but particularly they only blindfolded her. So she's for sure being blindfolded. She's in like a blacked out golf cart. There's something going on with her, but who knows?
I left in that blacked out golf cart.
That's interesting. I didn't
Well, there
know
was
that.
there were some highlights with that too, because she obviously told Clay and Shelli, who I kind of am liking them on the show so far. But Austin was just like completely clueless. They even tried to explain it. He's like, yeah, just like kind of going with the
Like
flow.
the twin thing?
And then he was just like, wait, what? Like completely blindsided.
I don't know how he literally did not hear it from one person in the house.
And is he not that observant? Because he's friends with Liz,
I
close
would say
with Liz.
they're the closest people in the house is Liz and Austin. I mean, like that's Austin's closest person besides Vanessa, I guess. But yeah.
What?
Why? How do you not notice that they're two people? Especially since he kind of has a crush on.
Well, maybe because
one
they
or
can't
both
tell
of
that
them.
he's Austin and Judas too. So maybe it's a little confusing for everybody.
His
So
twin.
the house this season really wants Audrey gone. That was sort of the vibe going into Sunday. Everyone wants her gone. I think it's refreshing, like unlike Big Brother 15, that the whole house is not voting with the house. Like everyone's kind of going against the house. So it is nice that like people are kind of making their own decision and doing their own thing. You know, skipping ahead to Sunday, you know, Vanessa did even mention, she said what Devon had said during her exit interview, was that the house is sort of reluctant to send Audrey home because she's such this whole thing.
I feel like that completely proved my point of it's just an excuse. Like, they never wanted Audrey out. It has nothing to do with her being transgendered and, like, them coming out to the community. They don't want her out.
Right,
Like, they have no reason to put her out.
Right. Why? She's never going to win.
Yeah.
Well, I
Period.
think they're keeping her in because she'd be an easy one just to go out. So
yeah, someone else will get her. But those are dangerous that someone else will get her, but I don't think that she's going to be forgotten.
It's because the philosophy is they want to keep a target ahead.
Yeah.
So, like, the heat is off me. Like, get Audrey. She's going to be the target next week. She's going to be the target the week after that. But sometimes when you do that, she would have a good case later to be like, hey, I survived every week. And because she still is transgendered, I'm not trying to do quotes, but she really is, she could get votes at the end and be like, oh, let's just make her the first transgender winner. I mean, she still is a little dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, I think she'll go out more like right before jury.
You think
Like next week, or not this week.
How many
next
weeks till
week.
jury? Let's also, because I was talking about this
You know
with
what?
Rachel this morning.
Maybe the first person in there.
Do you think there's maybe
Wait,
2
where are we
more
at?
weeks or 3 more weeks? So
I think there's well, normally there's 7 in jury, right?
wasn't there 11 last season? Because it
What?
was weird with Frankie, because I feel like they moved jury up because they were worried Frankie was going to go out. There was a chance. So they made jury, I think, come a little earlier.
So there was
But there's
9
also
people?
a twin now, so we're dealing with 17
that's
players. 3 are gone so far. So you think they're never going to do more than 10?
No, it has to be an odd amount.
Yeah.
Right, so it would be, is it going to be 11 or are they going to go 9?
No, I mean 9 people. You mean because
Right.
the 2 people that are the final? I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, didn't
I
you
would
say, I
say-
think it was our first episode,
my
you
math
said
isn't
that there's a
working.
lot of strong females and that you think they want a female winner.
Right.
Do you think they're trying to peg Audrey as like, we kind of want her to win, not only because it's a woman, she's transgendered?
I think going in for sure CBS would want Audrey to win because, trans is in. Let's just be real.
It's true.
I mean, every time I turn on Facebook or anything, Caitlyn Jenner is trending. I mean, and there's different shows and
Yeah,
everything. Of
she was
course
just
they
at the
want her to
ESPYs.
win. But whether she wins or loses, even her just her being on the show was big for CBS. I mean, they
Yeah.
actually pulled her from the pre-interviews. But for sure, the women are kicking ass this season.
Yeah.
I mean, they're winning competitions. They're taking over. So I felt in the beginning they've cast really strong female characters versus weaker men characters, in my opinion.
No, I completely agree.
I could see that.
Even the smart guy, Steve, is not very smart. Like, he's a
Yeah.
little, do you know what I mean?
Totally. I want to know if his casting had anything to do with because he's going to remind people so much of Ian.
But just because you look
gotta
like
have the nerdy
Ian
guy.
with a little curly hair and are this weird sort of like smart, like Ian was endearing. He was cute.
Yeah.
He still went on little dates with Ashley. Like he was funny. Like Steve is like, I'm not getting anything I need from Steve. He's not giving me life.
Yeah, I feel you.
I
I
haven't
don't
really
know.
seen him that much.
Yeah, I don't know him. I don't know Becky and
Jackie.
and Jackie.
Who's
We don't
Jackie?
know those people.
Who's Jackie? So then we have to go to John the dentist. He has definitely noticed, he said that he noticed a crown on one of the twins on number 9, which Jeff was just going around screaming, oh, it's her number 9 tooth. Like he knows.
Yeah, he's like one of these.
Like he knows. So, their plot was all to come grab her and sort of see what's going on and try to get her to smile. And like, they are so not sly. Jeff,
No,
that's why you're
no.
out of the house. You are not sly.
Not sly. She's like, remember,
He
even
talked
Liz,
too
Liz
much.
was even like, you guys are shadesters. Like, you guys are up to
Coming
some
in and making it
business.
weird, and it just
Yeah.
was not, that's not how you do it. You
No.
got to just be a little bit more sly.
Well, I think that a
His-
lot of people are a lot more perceptive this season, though, because even like Austin throwing the comp or whatever, like, Vanessa's on him. Like, I know you could have gone and you didn't like make it. Like, I feel like
Right.
everyone in the house is like a little more perceptive than normal. Like with
I
that.
agree with that too. I also think that Vanessa she's always doing numbers and percentages in her head
Oh,
because
yeah.
she's a poker player. So
Yeah.
she is figuring out the problem before anyone else.
Yeah.
Dice is her thing. Vegas, relating the two. But we'll get into that subject too. But so Jeff, one of his friends in the house is Austin.
Right.
And
Well, yeah.
he had said that he also felt that Austin was shady, but he felt close to Austin. But it doesn't make any sense. And, I think his undoing that he trusted Austin, even though he knew Austin was like not having his best interest. And for him telling the stuff about Liz, like that's not the right person to be telling it
Jeff
to.
just talked way too much in general. He
Yeah.
talked to too many people about really secretive things. He should have kept it to like his 2-3 friends, made their own little pact or alliance, and called it a day. He talked to way too many people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say Jeff did. I feel like a lot of people are doing that though. Like I noticed that they're all like Shelli and Vanessa and all of them are talking about like their plan in front of Audrey. Like that's gonna come out later when like you're up against Audrey on the block. Like, hey, these guys are in an alliance. They brought me up there. Like they're clearly working together. Like why are they
Right.
talking in front of Audrey?
Well, I guess this points out to why the first few people go home early. It's because they're coming in a little too hot, too quick. They got to slow that down.
Well, someone said that to Jeff.
Yeah. Well, even Jeff, after he's like, God, it took me to finally be up on the block that I actually need to like play a different game. It is too late, sir. You're going home.
Yeah.
So we then have to talk about John. So they asked John to go up as a pawn again.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I just, no.
I know,
he
yeah.
said in the beginning, he said no. Like that was one of his best lines of the thing was no. But it's
Yeah.
like you can't just.
Well,
you
to
eventually
throw
have
it
to.
well, that was to stay. Originally he said no to like staying up, like not using the veto on himself that
Right.
first week. But then he's like asked again. I feel like he's just like once you're in Big Brother, once you ask someone to like do something and they're the person that's being used, like you want to just keep reusing those people because you don't want to make anyone else angry. Like
Right.
if someone else voted them, you want more people to have like nominated them. Like
Right.
you just want to leave the same person, just keep on rolling the same people.
He's got to stand up for
Here.
himself.
Yeah,
At
but it's
Big-
hard not to.
Right.
At Big Brother Forever says, I can't wait for John to win HOH and ask Austin/Vanessa to throw the battle of the block.
I mean,
Yeah.
that will be amazing if that happens. And they would have to say, oh, I have to.
Well, they don't have to
They don't
say
have to say
anything.
anything.
But they'll
However-
think that they'll say that. But yeah, like he said, he's like, yeah, I mean, you're being told to do something, you just say yes.
Listen, no one wants to go up as a pawn, period. But nobody wants to throw a competition. It's different than throwing a veto competition, even if you're not on the block and it's not going to affect your game. But to throw a competition that actually is going to then make you permanently sit up there as a nominee is crazy to me.
But
Yeah.
do you think this helps John's game or it doesn't?
I don't know. It just to
It
me
doesn't
it
hurt.
makes
It hasn't hurt him yet.
Well,
right.
because like I was
It hurts
thinking,
until it doesn't.
doesn't really show
And it
him as
does.
like a very like fierce competitor. He keeps losing him and throwing him. Besides the one
Yeah.
we had.
He hasn't
the
had
other
to,
night.
just so you know, he hasn't had to throw one competition yet.
Well, that is true.
Because James threw that competition.
Right. And you also know that things on Big Brother
Ridiculous.
are always just so random too. You have
Yeah.
no idea how it's going to go. It could have gone badly for him if he had sat by someone else or their plan hadn't gone according to the plan. He could have sat by someone like, hey, we're going to get rid of John. Let's use this
Yeah.
opportunity to take it. I mean, we've seen that happen a million times where that switches.
Yeah, I feel like in my season that happened to Kale, she was like the person that they kept putting up, and then after like 4 times, it's like, oh, I'm sorry, we lost you.
Yeah.
You just went out the door.
Yeah. See you later.
So so I feel like you got one more in him, and that's it. And then you got to be done.
Well, we have to talk about the BB foam party, which.
Oh yeah, Gronk
so-
week
so
for Rob.
There's a lot going
Gronkowski.
on this week. So this foam party, so they're hiring extras now on Big Brother. Like,
Yeah.
how weird is that?
I know. I saw the casting, and I was like, oh,
Should I
that's
go?
interesting.
Should I go?
They only paid $200.
Well, it looks ridiculous. So basically, they had to run through, find their person that was matching the clothing on the side, run through the foam pit. And if you were a shorter guy, that clearly is an issue. I would have been great on that one. Just look
Oh,
over,
yeah, James
grab
is,
it
like,
through.
out.
Yeah, done. And so, it's basically it's Jason and Vanessa, James and John. And Jason and Vanessa are not pleased. They think they're literally nominated specifically to get taken out because, they look like they're in trouble.
Yeah, but really it's just because they're
didn't mean-
going to keep getting nominated over and over. Like, they'll probably be nominated this week, too.
It was Jason and Meg, right? Not Vanessa.
Jason and
Jason and
Meg,
Meg.
because
Right.
Vanessa was HOH.
Right. So it ends up being James and John loses, so the nominations stay the same. And like
Yep.
you said, John was asked to throw the competition, but that didn't really happen.
No, I feel like he got scared for a second when he went up to Vanessa and he's all, wait, did James throw the competition?
Right.
Because he was like, thinking like he was the one doing it, but obviously like it really looked like James did.
Is James that good of a player to where these people really want him out so fast?
I think they just don't like him.
Yeah.
I don't think it's about play.
Because I feel like he's kind of a floater, just kind of there doing his own thing.
Well,
not-
I think they are worried because they do think he's a strong competitor. Like he goes in, like when he plays, he looks like he's obviously not this one, but on some of them he looks like he's an aggressive competitor how he plays. So there's that, but also people do like him. Like he
Yeah.
is a likable character on the show.
Like us, but someone was saying, I just don't like him. Who was that, Shelli or Vanessa?
Yeah.
I don't know, one of the girls.
I feel that. Well,
Yeah.
moving on to Wednesday's episode. So Vanessa wants Audrey to win the veto for obvious reasons because she doesn't want any blood on her hands. And she thinks
Yeah.
that would be perfect because the whole house think that Audrey's going home. So that was sort of
Yeah.
the tentative plan going in. And then, the Liz gate still keeps going on. Jeff is running his mouth, not trusting Liz, not thinking that's going on very well. And then the veto competition comes up, and it's John, James, Shelli, Austin, and Audrey. So it's pretty much stacked that their plan is going to work.
Yeah.
I literally think Vanessa had like the most lucky, most perfect head of household reign.
She
Everything
did.
really went in
Yeah.
her favor.
Yeah,
She
I
did.
mean, the only thing better would have been Audrey winning that power veto so that she wouldn't even have to deal with it. But
Right.
I like how she
but this
caused
is what
the
I
drama
thought that was
against
weird.
Jeff.
And maybe I am off, and you guys can fill me in on this. But so John wins.
Yeah.
And so, what is the big deal with John winning versus Austin winning? Why was Vanessa so bent out
Because-
of
She wanted
shape?
to keep the nominations
Because she wanted,
the
because
same.
everyone wanted Audrey out, so she doesn't put Audrey as the replacement. It's like it's suspicious. So basically, like it makes it so so that's why she had to come up with that whole scheme with like Jeff. Like,
That's
what do we
right,
do
hello.
to like
Right,
make him the bad
She
guy?
wanted
but
to
I
keep
could
it the
have a
same no
reason.
matter what.
I need to have a reason.
I guess my philosophy was that it's going to happen the same anyways because John's obviously going to save himself and you're going to get rid of them.
But you got to remember, she wanted James out, and so she had to put Jeff up even so with the change, and so it made it so Jeff got out instead of James.
Right.
So.
I don't know. I always thought that, watching the live feed, she was always still gunning for Jeff versus James. So I thought that, like, she was still wanting to get rid of Jeff.
I thought it was in her best interest to get rid of Jeff because
Yeah,
he
yeah,
could have
for
blown up
sure.
the entire Liz Julia thing and they'd be
Yeah.
the next target. And for
Right.
the Sixth Sense, it's in their best interest to keep
Yeah.
them. So I think it was smart.
But I mean, let's be real. Like, for like as a level, like you really should just want her out. Like you should not want her under any condition. Like even if she's your friend, like that's another person you're going against. That's a twin. That's like the strongest
sure,
alliance in
you
it.
want
I love
her
them. I
gone.
love them for us.
Right. I'm
Yeah.
obsessed. I
But like
hope
for
they
there, I
make it
can't
and go
believe
far.
that they're trying so hard to
Right,
like
but as a
keep
player,
her. She's
you
good.
don't want her in the house.
No,
it's,
not-
I don't
no
know.
condition.
These we're dealing with amateurs here.
Yeah, but that's all right.
they need us in the house.
Thank you for
exactly.
watching. Thank you for doing that for us.
Exactly. So remember, guys, we are live, so join the conversation. You can use the hashtag BB17AS, and we might ask your tweets online. And if you're on YouTube, make sure you send us some questions.
Yeah.
And we have Jen manning the YouTube channel.
Yeah, I do.
So we have to talk about the dance parties.
Oh my God.
Basically, it was
So great.
it was just a little dance party alert, an announcement. They have to just dance wherever they're at, and then if you do not make it, you'll become a have-not, which no one's
Yeah,
not going to
party
make
foul.
it. There should have been like a timer. Like you have to make it there in your bathing suit within like a few seconds, or you're
Well,
screwed.
I mean, yeah. No, I love the Gronk week, basically.
Right.
I mean,
Gronk
basically,
takeover.
it's like they all lost a challenge because it's like every hour they said.
Right.
Like that's like a challenge you lose normally. Like it's like, oh, you're gonna have to do this, but instead
Right.
it was like they made it like a fun thing.
Was it not so great as during the live eviction last night?
Right. Well, that was great, and I also just love the early morning when they did when they're in the
Yes.
jacuzzi.
Yeah.
They just like finished.
They're
But-
like done. They're like, okay, we're gronked out.
Well, we do have to also talk about Vanessa, and where I think she may be short-sighted a little bit during the week is when she actually told Jeff that she wanted James out. I didn't really understand what the purpose of her doing that, because the next thing that happened was they were down in the group outside. Jason was there, Clay was there, and they were discussing it. And as James walked up, he's like, "Listen, the conversation I just had with Vanessa was not good." At that point, Austin walked up, and Austin is not a very good actor.
No.
You can read on his face in 2 seconds when he is not telling the truth.
Yeah.
And I called it when I watched the episode. I'm like, Jason is not buying this at all.
His eyes tell everything, Jason's
Literally.
eyes.
And so he
Yeah.
walked out the door and he's like, he's lying. He totally knows what's going up. But like, why would Vanessa tell him that?
I think that was before the whole charade. So like she knew that she was gonna pull the charade, then she would have not told him that. But she was like prepping him like, hey, I'm gonna put you up, but I really want James out.
Right.
But like really had she known that she was gonna be able to like blow up James and this be a whole thing, she would never have even done that.
Well, because then the funny thing is because, obviously Vanessa and Austin had like a little bit of a trust thing and an issue and sort of a breakdown. So
Yeah.
then when he goes upstairs, Vanessa's like, you need to go down there and blow this up right now, which was genius for her. But Austin's face was just like, holy shit, I do not want to do this. Like,
Yeah.
he did not want to go downstairs,
No.
like, period.
Yeah.
And when he went downstairs, it didn't even come out very smooth. I was literally like biting my nails.
Yes.
It was
Yeah.
awkward.
But I guess it got the point across.
I mean, it worked.
You got
but
it
even
worked.
when Vanessa came out, it was also, and then, Shelli, the whole thing was making me sweat. It's making me sweat right now.
I mean, part of it was real though. Like Jeff really did say that about Shelli
Yeah.
and Clay. So at least like, and then Shelli didn't know that. So it was like, at least that got all busted up. It really did work.
Right? I mean,
With Austin?
Whatever, it worked.
it's
Let
just
it happen.
Austin's I love Austin, but he's awkward.
He's
Yeah.
very awkward, but I think I might have noticed it way more this week than the previous weeks. How come we've never talked about his pony beard? Is no one else
beard.
fascinated that his beard is in a ponytail?
I mean,
I never noticed it.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
never mind his like vein. I mean, he's got a
No.
lot of stuff going on.
Oh my gosh,
But
it's
it's so
funny.
funny that I just finished
check
interviewing
it out.
Jeff before this, and Jeff was saying that everyone thinks that Austin is such a creep in the house, and that Liz would confide in him that how creepy he is, which obviously that sort of ended up being the case because she ended up siding with Jeff at the end.
Yeah.
But
Well, it takes a creep
and I'm like,
to
I was
no
gonna say,
creep.
so creep to creep, like there's something going on there.
The-
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So we have to go to this luxury comp thing for 2 seconds. The lamest luxury competition I think I've ever seen in history.
I was ready for like a beer
Yeah,
pong
it's
tournament.
anything.
That's
flip
exactly what I
cup.
thought it was going to be, a beer pong tournament. I was so excited.
Yeah,
Especially
I
being
thought it was
Gronk.
flip cup when I saw the cups. I was like, ooh, fun.
I mean, they literally took a drink and the coin was at the bottom. It was
Yeah.
one of the dumbest
It's
things
probably
I've ever
water,
seen.
too.
Yeah, I don't even know. So anyway, so Meg is going to the Bahamas. Good for her. And then Jeff ends up being the replacement veto. I can't even
There you
speak.
go.
Veto. It's been a long day, people. I've been up early. So last night's show was very short because it was basically all about Jeff trying to like plead his case, there was really no hope for him. He actually thought that there was a chance he was going to go if he could have swayed Becky, which he had some hope in, and Meg. The two of them, he felt that he could have like worked it out, but I felt he didn't plead the best case. People are so threatened by someone who they think is a good competitor, and I think if he would have pushed more, that you got to get this strong competitor out and everyone likes him versus no one likes me. That's how he should have.
Yeah.
That's how I thought he should have spun
But
that.
you don't realize like how people view you because they're lying to you all the time. He might think people like him.
Right.
Like he doesn't realize that like he's not liked because even other people have said, oh, he said he's a good game player. He must be a salesman. So like they might view him as that same good game player.
Right.
So we don't know.
Well, the other thing that was crazy for me too is like, he knows that he also wants to get Austin's vote and he's trying to do his thing. And then why would he get in bed with Liz and cause all that drama, which that whole drama we'll talk about briefly too. Like obviously Austin overreacted and kind of had a big brother crazy moment in the house. Like there's no reason to be acting that crazy when this is A, not your girlfriend's at home watching. And two, like, who cares? This is not your girl. Like, you're allowed to do whatever you want.
Did he even know which one it was?
Oh, I don't think he did.
He's just mad that whichever one it is was in there?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. It's so weird.
That's what I was wondering. I'm like, wait, is that Liz or is that
Well, I
Julia?
still can't
Which
tell
one's
them
which?
apart.
I can tell them
like they
apart
look different, but
when
I don't know.
they're
Like
together.
Liz has this feature.
I could totally tell them apart. But when Austin then takes Liz into the have-nots room and sort of, she just starts to get the feeling like, am I the one getting played here? Because it certainly seems that way because Austin is not a good liar. He's not good at keeping it all together. So there is that component that to him,
not help his game.
it's not, he doesn't have any genuine moments. And he is a genuine guy, but he just needs to like take a step back and relax, I think, a
He's
little.
just like nervous to be in there.
Well, Jeff ends up leaving the house. We end up getting to Bust a Moves, which I thought was another weird dance break. Big Brother is so amazing because it's just so
Weren't there supposed to be two
ridiculous.
dancers?
Well, I think what happened.
I didn't
They
even
didn't
get,
expect it to
I
go
didn't
that
get
to be
why
that
there was
short?
the dance. I don't think. Yeah, I think they didn't expect it to be that short.
Yeah, it was really, really short, which is why they then went to the interviews. Like last night's episode really, wasn't that great. So it ended up being Liz and Shelli are both HOH. She is a second winner of HOH, so I think is going to put a target on her back if
They
she
already
remains.
had a target. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
I mean it's getting the target's getting bigger and bigger with her. I feel.
Yeah. I mean, her and Clay already got a target on themselves, so it's like, what's the difference? Might as well just keep on winning.
You might as well just keep on winning,
Keep
Rachel
on
Reilly.
winning.
All righty, well, we're going to go to commercial break, and we will be right back and talk Big Brother 17 right after this.
All right.
All right.
Woo.
Bye,
See you in a
people.
sec.
Peace.
Just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live.
Just in case you missed it live.
Oh, just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live, I'm doing something right now.
So we're all super excited.
So this is dancing.
So what would that be, like a 7?
I cannot. I literally cannot. You guys have got to get it together.
Don't hate the player, don't hate the game. Hate the contract you didn't get.
He's a coward. He's a giant chicken shit.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's going to be like Hurricane. Whoa.
Watch out for those girls. They are gagging them.
Hold the phone,
Hold on.
bro.
That the more brutal you are, the more power you have.
Right.
That was sexy. It was hot. It was heated. I was into it.
You are gonna be the most high-paid hooker in the world.
Go ahead and invite your friends and everybody. Tell your mama, tell them don't ahead, turn the stove off and get up on the computer so we can get on the stream.tv.
Thank you again for joining us, and until next week, bye-bye.
Okay, there's some people.
Hey, finally some people.
Hey.
We're back,
Hello.
Big Brother 17 post wrap-up show on the stream.tv, and we're going to turn the show over to you. So, what's going on Twitter?
All right, so one of these tweets I have is from Hamster Watch, and they tweeted a picture describing...
Love Hamster Watch, by the way.
Yeah, there we go, shout out. Saying Steve subtly getting grilled by Vanessa and not holding up real well. If he was holding 4 aces, she'd know it. With this picture, and he looks...
I mean...
Yeah.
Again, Vanessa is like, you know, the poker player. It's always those references.
Oh, yes.
What else?
Also, we have one from past player Amanda Zuckerman, I'm sorry, saying, since when do they start hiring extras, which about the photo competition, the dancers.
Exactly. I love Amanda, too. Yeah. Have you ever seen extras hired before? It's always
normally
they
hire
isolate everybody.
Well, normally they've like let past Big Brother players be back there to like do stuff, but never like extras.
Random extras.
No, when I saw the casting, they actually didn't even say it was for Big Brother. It said like popular CBS show. You'll be interacting with the actors in foam. And I was like, that's Big Brother.
Which is funny because so they have that, but then they also have the whole dance parts. So they're bringing in a bunch of like random people.
Which doesn't defeat the purpose of the show. You can't have like any. Like,
I know, because it's really fun to see people. You're like, people!
Right.
Oh my gosh!
And the whole time you just feel like you're the phone part. You're like, don't trust Clay as they're running through
Oh,
the thing.
I know.
You
Well,
what I mean?
they're signed their life away.
I'm sure, but what are they going to do? Sue? Someone's working for $200. It doesn't, and not
Yeah,
have a big bank account.
they scare you to death.
They do.
Yeah.
Apparently don't cast us because we'll be spilling tea. What else we got?
From Michaela Mo 4. Can we please have a fan takeover so America picks noms and who goes home?
Wait, so say it again?
Can we please have a fan takeover?
Yeah, like a fan takeover. I don't know if they'll allow all that extra stuff, but yeah,
Right.
fan takeover would be cool. Where we get to decide.
I'll do it.
I'll
do it.
Because they did that before, right? Where the fans were the
yeah,
vote,
that was like America's
part of it.
Player,
Last
like
year.
America's Vote, like
But
one
someone
vote,
to vote
not
someone
the
to
whole
go
vote.
home, that would be.
Not
I think
the whole vote.
That would go against the rules, I think, with like legal and stuff, probably.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe one extra vote.
Do we got anything on YouTube?
Okay.
I have one last
one
tweet.
more?
This
Go
is
ahead.
way
Look
too
up
good.
YouTube.
We don't
I'm
want
way
to
too
miss it. We
excited
don't want to
about
miss
this.
it.
Go ahead.
It's from @BigBrotherGossip. That unknown staff member makes another appearance, and they are showing Jackie.
Jackie, bless
Poor
Jackie.
girl.
No, it's so weird. This is another thing that I brought up to Jeff this morning. You know, Rachel and I was like, why didn't they go into the house, each get in separate alliances, and have a final 2 deal with each other and be like, listen, you rally these people, let me rally these people, and they're not playing Big Brother.
Remember I said when they first walked in the house, they should have acted like they hated each other.
Right.
Had their own alliances and then bring them together.
That's exactly,
and the two
yeah,
of them
especially
are at
because
the
it
end
was
of
a
the show.
dating twist when they met. They'd be like, I fucking hate her,
Exactly.
like whatever it is.
I think that Big Brother asked them to do it like not that long ago. They have no idea what's going on. It's kind of like when I went in there, I had no idea what was going on. Like I wasn't like a fan or a player.
Did you not watch the show before?
No,
you
I
went in?
never watched
But
the show.
having
So
played
they're
Amazing
the
Race,
same thing.
you do have
totally
some.
different.
But I
though.
mean, you do have a little. You know how it works a little bit. That is a competition. That alliances are important. And once you do one show, you sort of kind of figure it out a little bit. And also, he was a fan of Big Brother before. He watched with his family.
That's his own. He's just
He
slow.
watched with his family the whole time. So I mean, he just was
Okay,
coming
well,
in
it's
hot.
his own fault.
All right,
It's
anything
not
on
us.
YouTube for us? We got anything?
Oh yeah. So I have a thing that says, do you think that the twins will want to throw it to Shelli this week, or do you think that they'll
Absolutely.
want to? And that's from Jeff Worth.
Absolutely not. I mean, I think Liz wants to win. She wants to go in there and play the game. You're not going to want to throw it to
It'd
anybody.
be smart for Shelli to not have the second HOH.
Shelli doesn't.
Week.
I think I agree with you. Shelli should not want to win.
I think neither of them want to win because they trust each other.
Well, listen, we'll have to check in with YouTube later because we are actually running out of time.
All
We are
right.
out of time. So we'll be back next week at 11 a.m. So make sure you subscribe and check us out then. And until next time, we will see you guys next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
See ya. So quick.
For more of the Big Brother After Show, hit that button and subscribe to the stream.tv.